the Right Reverend Daniel Chance, moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Joel Tilok Singh, our featured speaker and Doctor of Internal Medicine, Mr. Terence Ward, General Secretary of Synod of the Presbyterian Church of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Michael Cooper, Communications Manager of the Presbyterian Church of Trinidad and Tobago, Reverend Stephen Hari Prasad, Minister of the Diamond Pastoral Region and other members of the clergy, Mr. Ashford Tambi, Chairman of the Presbyterian Secondary Schools Board of Education, officers and members of the Presbyterian Primary Schools Board of Education, and officers and members of the Convention Committee, retirees, and other specially invited guests, principals, teachers, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's nice to have this title, Director of School Supervision and Management. So I came in here this morning with my vehicle and I told the person here, I'm the director. So director, you park on this side. So I was told that they would know my vehicle's number and I would be able to park to the front. But I didn't make that an issue. I said, okay, at least I have a park, right? So then I came in through the door. And, I met the usher again. She said, you have to sit here. You see this seat? This vacant one here? Sit down here. I said, I think I have to speak, She said, no, you sit here. So I said, okay, no problem. I make sure I followed. I obeyed, and I sat. But after a while, she came and she said, sir, what's it in? Right, follow me now. So, sometimes under these circumstances, you don't make these little things issues. It just helps to make your day more memorable. And, other things that, or worse things that can happen. So, that didn't bother me the least bit. But it brings to the question of your own personal tolerance and things. I want to start by expressing a sense of gratitude. I can remember Mr. Ramrattan some years back, or some good years back. I don't want to say how many years. Called a bunch of principals and had a meeting with us. And it had to do with preparation for the next level. We were all principals. And we were looking at the next step of becoming a school supervisor. And Mr. Ramrattan sat with us. I think there were 5 of us in that meeting together with him. And he would have shared some of his personal experiences and some of his knowledge with us. And at the end of it, yes, we went and we presented ourselves before the Teaching Service Commission. And every single one of us became school supervisors. So Mr. Ramrattan, thank you very much, sir. If I never said it publicly, I want to say it here this morning. Thank you very much, and you continue to be there supporting me, even in my new capacity. He was one of the first persons to congratulate me when I got this new position. When I was thinking about how many years again I have to work. I wasn't too sure why I took this post, but a year has passed, and I'm surviving. And as I said, I come here with a sense of gratitude. And to be here amongst my people and my fraternity, it really feels wonderful. So I am delighted to bring greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Education to your annual Teachers Convention. Your theme for this year, Every Mind Matters, gives a very broad undertaking of full inclusion in making education for everyone a reality. One can say every school is unique, but at the same time, sharing the general education landscape of the ministry's goals and objectives that are aimed at ensuring quality education is being delivered in every classroom to every student daily. And we can spend a lot of time sharing our personal challenges, such as students' absenteeism, parental support, infrastructure issues, students in discipline, educational resources. And what about staff conflicts? We don't have that, right? And as was mentioned, salary remuneration. And of course, yes, there's a section in the ministry called Level 4 that has been locked off from everyone else. And what they are doing here, they are working on your back pay. So that's one thing that's crossed. I can't even go on for it. However, as a teacher, if you had your way, will you accept a student with special needs, requiring an aid or learning support assistant, or a student with serious discipline issues? Would you want that kind of student in your class? Or what about catering to the individual needs of students? Are we really doing that when we do our planning? Is your current professional training providing all the modern pedagogical techniques and approaches for delivering the curriculum that supports students' learning? These are some of the things I just ask of you today. Are we addressing mental health issues at our own level at school? And I mentioned discipline issues because very recently, one of our own Presbyterian schools, it's very rare to get a request for a primary school student with gross misbehavior making a request for extended suspension, something that we normally do more with secondary students. And what about students who are expelled? If every mind matters, why are we expelling students? Is it the end of their educational journey when you expel a student from the school? When the Honorable Minister makes that decision, what happens after? It's not a closed door when a student is expelled from still getting opportunities for their own educational advancement. I want to let you know that at both the primary level, if it ever happens, and I hope it never happens at the primary level, but at the secondary level, it's happening right now. And because of the times we are living in and the kind of situations that are coming before us, certain decisions have to be made because of the greater, you're looking at the greater good of the general school. What you are doing is you're moving one student from that environment to a new environment where they can continue their education. We are in the digital transformation era, and it's not just about going paperless and giving students electronic devices. We can boast about having devices, we can boast about having internet. How the use of these devices impacts students' learning is of critical importance. So it's not just having the devices. What is being done in terms of curriculum delivery and really improving students' learning, that's the key. What role will artificial intelligence play in our education system? Some fear it may replace the teacher. But I say it will support better learning outcomes, not replacing the teacher. In saying every mind matters, it's not just about the students alone. The role of teachers, you as well, very important. And our administrators. We need good administrators to manage our schools. But I want to share with you something more. Become a professional learning community in sharing your knowledge and supporting school activities, even when you are outvoted. So you might have a staff meeting, right? You're not in favor, but your vote did count because the majority ruled. What will you do? You will withdraw and say, I'm not taking back, I'm not going to support. But the professional learning community is something more. We can't be doing degrees and masters and even up to PhDs. What we do with all of this knowledge when we come together in a school environment? Is it just a routine staff meeting that we are having? How are we really planning? Can we, if we put ourselves together and really discuss some of our issues, some of the solutions can be found right there in the school? Because we're really coming together to share our knowledge, share our experiences, and be able to do something differently. Okay? Recently, during the ministry's EduTalk session, the final day was for secondary students to share discussions with the Honorable Minister on the 2023-2027 education plan. And quite a lot of students asked about secondary and tertiary education matters of interest, and of course their own personal career development. But while they were asking about their issues and certain things of their interest, one student stood out and asked, what about the welfare and needs of teachers? The student was asking that. This immediately got the attention of the Honorable Minister, who then said, and she had the mic, she said, I will ask the DSS to respond. But the long and short of it is that, it was of, something that, struck all of us. Don't think because when you work hard and you're there doing all this for your students, they may not say it to you directly. All right? But what you are doing is so important to them. Somewhere, somehow, you are going to get that recognition at some point in time. It may not be at that same time in the classroom while you are dealing with them. I just wanted to share with you that even if you don't feel appreciated or recognized for your unwavering dedication and commitment to duty, the students whose future are in your hands matters. And they will never forget you for transforming their minds in creating the ideal student and ideal citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And I just want to share this quote with you that all of us can learn something from. As Edmund Mambeke said, and I quote, the strength of your mind determines the quality of your life. Okay, I'll say it again. The strength of your mind determines the quality of your life. In closing, to the retirees, including my sister, she's one of them as well. Oh, and our family there as well. Right. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, I want to say thank you for your years of service in education. May God grant you long life, good health on your retirement, and on this next stage in your life's journey. Thank you. God bless.